Pebbles Kid Stories.
The Wise Old Man. A wealthy man once approached a scholar to wean all the bad habits of his son. The scholar agreed. The scholar took the wealthy man's son for a walk. As and when he was walking through the garden, he saw a tiny plant. When he saw the tiny plant, he told the child to pluck it out for him. When the child went near the plant, he easily caught the plant through his forefinger and his thumb and plucked it easily. Now, the scholar and the child walked a little more further in the garden. While walking, the scholar saw a bigger plant. While seeing the bigger plant, he asked the child to pluck that out. The child agreed. With a little more effort, the child plucked the bigger plant as well. After a little more walk, the scholar saw a guava tree. The scholar asked the child to pluck the guava tree. The child hugged the tree, tried to pull it hard, put all his effort to pluck the tree, but he could not succeed. Now the scholar explained, all these plants are like the bad habits. When they are small, you can pluck them out. But when they grow big, they stay with you lifelong. After this lesson, the child understood his mistake and he became a good boy. The moral of the story is, don't let the bad habits grow in you. When they are small, you can pluck them out. But when they grow big, they stay with you. Chicken Little. Chicken Little loved wandering in the woods. She liked seeing the tall trees and she loved smelling the flowers. She also loved listening to the birds singing. One day, when the Chicken Little was walking, suddenly a mango fell from the tree and hit her head. Oh my God, the sky is falling. I must go and tell this to the lion. She ran towards the lion. On the way, she met a hen. Where are you going? Asked the hen. Oh, Henny Penny, the sky is falling. I am going to tell this to the lion. How do you know that the sky is falling? I felt it hit on my head. Oh, then I will also join you, said the hen. While the two were running, they met a duck. Where are you going? Asked Ducky Lucky. Oh, the sky is falling and we are going to tell this to the lion. How do you know that the sky is falling? Oh, it hit my head, said the little chick. Oh, can I join you guys? Yes, of course. All three of them started running and suddenly they met a fox. Where are you going? Asked the fox. Oh, the sky is falling and we are going to tell this to the lion. Do you know where does the lion live? Asked the fox. No, we don't. The fox said, I know. Come with me and I will show you the way. All three of them started walking with the fox until they reached his den. The fox said, come on in. All three of them went inside, but never came out again. The fox killed them one by one and ate them. The moral of the story is, you should never trust a stranger. The City Mouse and the Country Mouse. Once, the Country Mouse was expecting his cousin from the city to come and visit him. Knock, knock. The Country Mouse ran excitedly towards the door. Hello, dear cousin. How are you? Come on, let's have dinner together. The City Mouse looked at the dinner table. There were a few dry berries and a few walnuts. The City Mouse said to the Country Mouse, I think life is treating me much better than you. Come to my city and I shall give you a great feast. After a few days, the Country Mouse visited his cousin in the city. Both of them met near a food store. The store had grapes, cheese, bread, and a lot of other things. The country mouse was astonished. "Let's have some real feast now," said the city mouse. And as they were about to have their food, suddenly a cat attacked the table. They had to wait for the cat to take whatever she wanted and leave. The country mouse got really scared and said, "This was close." The city mouse said, "You shouldn't be bothered about such things because this is city life." After some time, they tried again. This time, they couldn't even touch their food because a dog came running behind them. They had to run for their lives. The country mouse said, "Dear cousin, thank you so much for all this. There was plenty of food, but we could not eat any. It is better I go back to my country and eat whatever I have in peace." The moral of this story is, be happy with whatever you have. Goldilocks and Three Bears. Once upon a time, there was a girl whose name was Goldilocks. One day, she decided to take a walk in the jungle. While walking, she lost her way and reached a house of three bears. Inside the house, she saw a table on which there were 3 bowls of porridge. She ate from the first bowl. It was too hot. She ate from the second bowl. It was too cold. And finally, she ate from the third bowl. This was perfect. So she ate it up all. After eating, she felt a little tired and she wanted to sit down somewhere. The first chair was too big. The second chair was still big. The third seemed just perfect. As she went and sat down on the chair broke down into pieces. Now, Goldilocks was very tired and she wanted to go off to sleep. The first bed was too hard. The second bed was too soft. The third bed seemed just perfect. So Goldilocks slept on that bed. After some time, the 3 bears came back to their house and they saw that someone had eaten up their porridge. The mama bear and papa bear said, "Who has eaten our porridge?" And the baby bear said, "Who has eaten up my porridge and has eaten it up all?" Then they saw the chairs. The mama bear and the papa bear said, "Who has been sitting on our chair?" And the baby bear cried, "Who has been sitting on my chair? It is broken into pieces." Then they went to their bedroom. Mama bear and papa bear said, "Who has been sleeping on our bed?" The baby bear cried, "Who has been sleeping on my bed? And she is still on it." Goldilocks woke up. She was very scared. She jumped out of the bed and ran out of the window. She went home to her mother and she said, "Mama, I will never go alone in the jungle." The moral of the story is, think about how your actions might hurt others. The donkey and the wolf. Once upon a time, in a jungle, there was a wolf. He was very hungry because he did not have anything to eat since morning. As he was wandering around the forest, he saw a donkey. The wolf went silently towards the donkey. The donkey saw him. The donkey thought, "I cannot run faster than the wolf, so there is no point in running. Instead, I have a brilliant idea to save my life." The donkey pretended that his leg was hurt and he started crying. The wolf went up to the donkey and asked, Why are you crying? The donkey said, I have a thorn in my leg and it really pains. I cannot even remove it. The wolf said, I can help you. If I eat you, it will stop hurting. The donkey said, that's a good idea. But if you eat me now, the thorn will get stuck in your throat. If you remove the thorn and then eat me, that will be fine. The wolf thought that it was a very good idea, and so he decided to remove the thorn. The donkey was waiting for the wolf to come near his leg, and then the donkey kicked the wolf so hard that the wolf fell on the ground. He could not even get up again. The donkey ran as fast as he could and he saved his life. The moral of the story is, if you think and show a little bit of courage, it will do wonders. The fox and his tail. One day there was a fox walking in the jungle. While he was walking, his tail got stuck in a trap. He tried and tried, but he could not free his tail. He failed. In the process, his tail got cut. And now he was left with just a stump instead of the tail. At first, he was ashamed of himself and he could not face any of his fellow foxes. So one day, he decided to be brave and called all his friends for a meeting. He had a suggestion to make. When all the friends gathered, the fox proposed all of them to cut their tail. He said that the tail is so inconvenient when the dogs are chasing us. It is also inconvenient when we are sitting down. So I suggest that the tail is useless. So all of you should also cut your tail. One old fox sitting there said, that's very well, but I don't think you would have suggested all of us to cut our tails if you wouldn't have lost one. The moral of the story is, do not listen to others' advice before thinking twice.
Pebbles Kid Stories.